Okay, on a day that 138-year-old has retired from Test cricket, 43-year-old playing a Test inning has ensured that he wins his team a T20 game, albeit only the third T20 win that they've got in this IPL season. Chennai Super Kings beating Kolkata Knight Riders. It's not done much to Chennai, who already knocked out of this season of the IPL, but it has played a major role in the overall scheme of things in the IPL, effectively putting end to any hope that Kolkata Knight Riders might have of qualifying for the playoffs. Of course, mathematically they still have a chance, but if you ask us logically, I think KKR's season is also done and dusted. I do kid about MS Dhoni, but he still hit that 6 in the last over. But that's not the reason why CSK has won. CSK has won today because of two young guns in Urvil Patel and Devil Brevis. We'll talk about that. But let's start with the one data/stat that Siddharth had given. First time in how many years that CSK has chased down 175 plus?
6 years later.
In 6 years, CSK had never chased a total successfully above 175. So this is not just a victory for this season, it's a victory for CSK in general, having chased down
half a decade, more than half a decade.
My God, that record is shattered.
See, again, let me again clarify. CSK have made 200 scores. They have made all that, but while batting first. And when they chased that 175, you're thinking it was against Punjab Kings. In the final 15 over game, they chased on 171. That too, the last ball that they could get by Ravindra Jadeja. So yes, CSK have won by 2 wickets at the Eden Gardens. And Kolkata Knight Riders, mathematical miracles, start the calculations.
Okay, 8 needed of the last over. Who would you have given the over to?
I would have given it to Moeen Ali, and the only reason for that would have been that with Russell, I know that anyways, because MS Dhoni, any ball even near to his slot, I know he'll clear it in that over with just 8 runs remaining, 1 shot away. I would have given it to Moeen Ali because I know that against Moeen Ali, MS Dhoni will not be taking that chance. Because firstly 2 wickets were left, he would have had to take that single and there would have been the chance. He's been so bad against spinners all throughout the season that he's looked like he's not even a straight level player. Whenever any sort of spinner comes, his only way to tackle spinners is that he throws his foot out and tries to deviate the ball here and there, tap and single, do all of these things. Nothing else has he done. So any spinner, even if I would have had a part-time spinner, Moeen Ali, although had already bowled and bowled pretty well, the ball was turning, I would have given it to Moeen Ali or any part-time spinner also if I would have had, if he would not have bowled, because that was my final chance. I had just 8 runs to defend, not too many runs as well, so I had to take a gamble. Gamble would have been to go to a spinner.
And Moeen Ali is not a part-time spinner. In fact, just to be fair, we're not saying this in hindsight. If you remember, we were watching this game live and we were having a debate. Even I had picked Moeen Ali. That in this situation, because I knew Andre Russell, firstly, his only ball is low full toss. That's all he bowls. And even if he did not nail that, MS fast bowler, he will connect. He will go for it, he'll connect. Spinner, even though it's an off spinner, still I think could have put him in a bit of trouble. I think that's a trick missed. I know Moeen Ali did not have a great time overall in this match as a bowler, but neither did Vaibhav Arora, and you got him back, right, to finish your overs as well. So I would have gone with Moeen.
See, if this was the Russell of last year, who'd picked in excess of 15 wickets, maybe this decision wouldn't have looked as bad as it looks right now, because the first ball that he bowled to MS, the execution wasn't there and the ball went flying over the boundary. But it's the Andre Russell of this year who is with the bat coming into his own now, who's finding some sort of rhythm with the bat, not with the ball though. So going with Moeen also would have been a bit of a gamble, because we saw MS hit Chahal also the other day for a 6, albeit he got out the following delivery. But
that would have been game on. Get hit for a 6 out.
And then another super over in 2 days' time.
Game would have been on.
Not another week. Yesterday we almost had one.
Yeah, almost like a super over situation all over again. But
Could have had. Anyway, let's talk about the Chennai Super Kings. And I think the one big thing you can take from this particular victory that Chennai team can, and now they must be like really cursing themselves, if they had only started their season with the young guns. See, every time they've gone to a young player, he's done well for them. And yet, for majority of the season, you were hell-bent on playing some old players who at one point used to get you runs. See, anyone, Ayush Matre, that young kid you've got, he's been scoring runs. Okay, didn't get runs today, but overall he's been a revelation for them. Urvil Patel playing his first game, gets that 31 at a 281 strike rate. I think, from there on, changes the whole complexion of the game. And this also takes me to another question. What do the people in the auction room do? There is a guy who's done well, who's got a record 28 ball, 100 he scored. All of those things are there. What are the people in the auction table doing?
I think Urvil Patel and Deval Brevis have exposed all the scouts that are there, not just of Chennai Super Kings. I think all franchises. Urvil Patel coming into this IPL in the auction. Before that, he had made that record of the fastest 100 in domestic cricket. He had really made waves during the domestic season, whole of the season. And even with Deval Brevis, I don't know why did not he get any buyers so far. Both of them had showed that whatever the word is spreading, only that is being followed. I don't know what. Even I did not know about Deval Brevis, to be very honest. Last year, what he did in the IPL for a couple of years, he was not that effective. But what I'll come to know, what I'm reading, what I'm getting to see by the scores, this is the job of the scouts that are being paid all year long just to go out there and see which player has something. But these names, people like Urvil Patel, Shardul Thakur was another name, Ayush Matre, all these people do not even have one buyer. That is so surprising. I'll be very honest. People like,
and they had buyers for Vijay Shankar and Rahul Tripathi.
Deepak Hooda. All franchises have so many. Manish Pandey again and again.
Rahul Tripathi.
You buy Manish Pandey season after season.
That's still fine. Manish has given you some sort of returns.
But still, look at what level
but
these
again,
young kids are playing.
That's not to say that, on a tricky surface, as was the case today, the Manish Pandeys of the world haven't come to rescue their team.
But what you realize, see the difference. Manish Pandey played percentage cricket on the same pitch. Just look at what Deval Brevis came, same position he's batting. Change the game, 200 strike rate.
Brevis, you need to remember. Again, I'll take you guys back to what MS said at the start when he was talking about the changes, etc. When he announced Urvil's name, he said that there's two opportunities of playing youngsters. One is when you win the first few matches and you have a bit of a cushion, you give those youngsters a chance. Otherwise, once the season's done and dusted, as the case with us now, then you try and see and you try and prepare.
No, that's their philosophy. Look at Mumbai Indians.
Youngsters.
So Vignesh Puttur, they went at the start only. Ashwani Kumar, they had started in the beginning.
Every year, 1 year they played Mayank Markanday ahead of Rahul Chahar, and Mayank Markanday won that season.
So, but where CSK started the season, again they started the season with players who came with reputation. They have always been that franchise. Remember, there's
what reputation? Rahul Tripathi, how many years has not done anything? Deepak Hooda has not done for a few years.
You were banking on the Rachin Ravindras, the Devon Conways.
Okay, that I agree.
These guys didn't come good.
But the rest of them, Vijay Shankar, Rahul Tripathi, Deepak Hooda and all, their reputation was there at one point. You know that they had faded for some time now. These young, see, that's what it's proving. The whole concept of Dad's Army now needs to be thrown out the window. You're seeing these younger guns are fearless. They have all the shots. They are not afraid to take those chances. And look at the game today. Because if you take a look at what your other senior guys are doing, they're just about surviving run a ball. And it's these two guys who play at such a strike rate that allow you that cushion. Today, MS has allowed that cushion to play run a ball cricket and still be on the winning side.
And it was very surprising that till now Urvil Patel did not have a buyer. You have Kunal Singh Rathore and I don't know who all from the domestic circuit who come.
Yudhvir Singh
Charak. Everybody who's played previously is continuing to playing. I think this just proves the point even further that the scouts aren't really doing their job. I've seen this year after year in the IPL now. If a player if he's coming with a reputation from outside, he's going for 4, 5, 6 crores. even Anshul Kamboj, same.
But there is a reason I see as well,
It's
Shashwat.
just Mumbai Indians. It's just Mumbai Indians I've seen who get somebody about whom nobody. See, Priyansh Arya coming into this season, I think everybody knew about Priyansh Arya coming into season. I remember doing that video where I had asked lots of people that who would be that emerging player. Lots of people had Priyansh Arya's name in that because he was coming in with a reputation. He went for 3.2 crore because everybody wanted to buy him because he was coming with that
But
reputation.
not all prediction like Suryansh Shedge.
Shedge.
Yeah, but I'm saying why
Didn't
did
really turn out
people
to
want
be
to pick
that
Suryansh Shedge? Why did
Aniket
people go for-
Verma did not come out to
But
be
why
that.
did all these players go for such a high price?
No,
Because
domestic
they were coming
record.
with reputation. Then what's the difference between me, you, all of us, and the scouts that are doing this? If we are sitting on an auction
this-
table, these players are coming with this reputation. We will go.
I-
for them.
I just feel
scouts' job is to bring someone
when
who's
you-
not being talked about, not being seen, who has something in him, even if he does
Like
not.
a Vignesh Puttu,
Yeah,
like a
exactly.
Ashwani Kumar.
Yeah.
Vaibhav Suryavanshi.
No, Vaibhav
Vaibhav you
also-
still knew.
Yeah.
See, he was, yeah, exactly my point. But you see, he had been giving all these trials and all, right? He,
See, Anshul Kamboj, everyone knew.
Yeah.
After he picked those wickets in
Priyansh
Then wicket
Arya,
fall.
everybody
Yeah.
knew.
Vignesh,
Priyansh
nobody
Arya,
knew of.
Everybody knew. Yeah, only Mumbai Indians.
That's
I've
what I'm
seen
saying, very
year
few.
after year after year that Mumbai Indians is the only team who does not get somebody on their reputation. Otherwise, there's another Swastik Chikara. He's been going
RCB.
to RC for crores and crores each year. He's
Not
been
getting a game also.
Not Samir Rizvi, another example. You've been picked him on the basis of reputation. Last year you gave him so much money. Then what are the scouts exactly doing? Because I don't think they are going on the ground. Whatever is going on, one person plays a knock. Priyansh Arya got picked because of those 6 sixes. Otherwise, maybe he would not have been talked about. The scouts' job is to get players like Urvil Patel, players. Devault Brevis you haven't bought because he's not had a good time in India. He just had that perception that he cannot play in India. Now all 10 franchises are following the same perception. When that is not even the case, this time he's come and shown. Despite him having a great season at the SA20, you did not pick him because one season he failed to sleep. Robin Mins happened the same thing. He had so much, such a big name. Chennai Super Kings bought him for 4.
MI last year, then he did
GT,
play.
GT. 4
He had that
crore. This year
accident.
again you bought him. He's done nothing. You just pick players on the basis of the fact that they are coming with a reputation. Nobody is actually going there on the ground and seeing players like Urvil Patel, Devolvers, Ayush Matre as well.
I think at times what happens is, yes, players do well at the domestic level, but as franchise, there is a difference, and you understand that when you're sitting across the table. When you look at, there being a difference in whatever other leagues that you're scoring runs in vis-a-vis the IPL and domestic cricket as well is then looked differently. Now I look with people for pedigree and I pay them the big bucks because I know the level of difference there is between playing, let's say, BBL or playing in the S-Mat or Vijay Hazare and then the IPL. It comes in with its own pressure, it comes in with its own eyeballs, comes in with its own money pressure and all of those things as well. So as somebody who's sitting on the other side of the table, if I'm putting together a team, I'm looking at not just the cricketing aspect, I'm possibly looking for a little bit of pedigree as well because there's so much of money at stake as well. I'm trying to put together a team that doesn't get intimidated by the occasion. I think those are some of the factors as well that teams take time to then move away from. Maybe then when you reach that point like a CSK have reached where it's beyond their hands now, they're down and out, done and dusted, then maybe you think, okay, there's nothing to be lost. Maybe then we can try and take a bit of a gamble. But otherwise,
It's too
I think
late.
it's a safety
late.
first with most
But
teams.
that's wrong. In T20 cricket, you cannot have safety first. Overall approach. It's changed, yeah.
And my only point is that I think things are going wrong from the scouting bit only. I'm saying all the 10 franchises have fixed 3 or 4 uncapped players that we also know of. People will go after them, and those 3 or 4 players are only targeted. Whereas there is so much more talent in Indian cricket as well. There would be Ayush Matre, nobody would have went after him because he has played domestic cricket in the red ball format. Just that perception. Now all 10 owners, all 10 think tanks think that he cannot play white ball cricket because he hasn't played till now. That cannot be the way. That the scout's job is to see something that we normal people who are sitting on the outside cannot see from the player, because just keying the scorecards and somebody who's being talked about so much, then even we can do that.
I think the outlier then is that Mumbai Indians app.
No, Mumbai Indians does it every year.
So he's saying, no, because of the app.
Yeah,
They
because
get-
of any reason.
it's-
now,
it's a-
they
no,
do that. They
that
do
I'm
it.
There is
just-
an app, yeah, you don't know about.
How will they come to know from app? I know, but they cannot have videos of players who haven't played. Na?
yes, that's the thing with
Mahesh
their app.
Matre played red ball, na? They can see it.
That's the thing with their app. But
Brevis
that's
is playing SAT20, they can see it.
That is also.
Then
No, but Vignesh Puthur did not play list A cricket.
He would have played club cricket.
So they have videos of
Everything.
Their scouts have the technological prowess to ensure they go there, record everything,
If
have
you're
the
playing
data.
ONGC versus
Only
Reliance
that also
versus
they have.
India Cements, they'll have.
Yep.
So
thinking.
while I said that in light vein, but my point being that you need to have that philosophy and you need to give Mumbai Indians the credit for that. You can give the very same app to someone else and maybe they won't use it and have the same kind of then approach to, okay, you have the data, you have everything, you've seen all of that, but then to have that philosophy and live by it and then have it in you to go ahead and take those bold calls. First up you play a Vignesh Puthur, then you know there's another uncapped player that you're willing to
So for that you need to
bank
see
on.
you need to trust in that player. Now the franchises, I don't think really trust on the youngsters that they buy. They just buy them because they are coming with that hype. First season, Varun Chakravarti went for 8.2 crore. All franchises were after him because I don't even think that any scout would have seen him. They just knew that he has 8 variations. Now because of that, 10 teams are going after him. Same season, Mayank Markande also played, if I'm not wrong, and he owned that season. He owned that season. He was played ahead of Rahul Chahar, who played that World Cup in the previous year. Next year they did not start with Rahul Chahar, they started with Mayank Markande. So Mumbai Indians trust in their players because they've really seen that player. But all the other teams are just buying players, youngsters on the basis that he one day hit 6 sixes, he one day hit 100 of 20 balls, 30 balls. So now we have to buy them. It's just the hawa that's going on in that auction room and everybody is following that. And that I think is very wrong.
I think it becomes
Let's move from the scouting
easy.
debate. Yeah. Let's get
Because
to the game.
There was all of this said about Sameer Rizvi as well last year when UP League and all. But at times we've seen players who come with promise,
No,
they're
at
not
times
able
we
to
have.
perform at the IPL stage. So there's a bit of an intimidation at times.
Okay, let's get down to the game. We can do another dugout on the in-depths of how scouting should be done. 60 for 5, they are at 1 point. Chennai Super Kings chasing a total that they've not achieved in 6 years while chasing. If you're KKR, how do you are you thinking to yourself, how did I lose it? 60 for 5.
Yeah. This will come as a jolt for them. I mean, how did Ajinkya Rahane let the game slip out so easily?
That's an easy answer. Gave Weber Baroda 1 over
30
and he gave
runs in that
30,
over.
game was done.
Yeah, Devol Brevis was allowed to, because see, I think they bought into that intimidation factor that Brevis can play spin well. He does have a reputation of playing on these slow, low wickets quite well. The 2022 Under-19 World Cup.
That is why you were not buying him, because he can't do that.
He
This year you
could
did not
do it.
buy him. No, last year, but he failed in the IPL.
But
That's
again,
why
he
this year
didn't
we
get
were
that
about
many
him.
chances in that period for the Mumbai Indians. I'm saying you look at this 2022 Under-19 World Cup. He was really good on those slow, low decks. Yes, ODI style, but not a T20I style. But here, right in the slot, today, what were you thinking on this wicket, where the ball was spinning, where you had everybody on a string, with Narain, Chakravarti and Moeen? You didn't allow Moeen to bowl his full quota of overs. What happened?
That is because he was expensive at one point.
Only 1 over.
Yeah, but I would have bought him back for sure.
Yes. See, again,
You bought Weber back.
the counter argument to using a Moeen against MS Dhoni. Maybe Rahane felt that there was a Shivam Dube. Maybe.
But again, left-hander, off-spinner.
But I think, yeah, I know it goes away, but then he plays spin
Didn't he
well.
watch the LSC game? Where the same logic they lost? Because of
Out
this
of-
logic only that Dubey is also.
Out of 2 matches that CSK have won, they have managed to ensure that the opposing captain made a strategic blunder. Pant made a big strategic blunder. in
But
that
we are
LSC
talking
game.
about the last over, by which time there was no Doob.
There wasn't a due. That's the problem. 8 of 6, if only Ajinkya Rahane had known his history. 8 of 6.
9 would have been.
But that is an RR phenomenon. Na? This is a CSK. I'll tell you the Dhoni phenomenon. 2 times 8 of 6. He's never got them over the line.
There you go.
Having fun. He was having fun.
I mean, you would remember the Jamaica, the Lauderhill game. 244 they were chasing. 246 they needed 8 of 6. They lost by 1 run. Against Zimbabwe, 8 of 6. They lost by 2 runs. Or 3 runs.
Bangladesh T20 also, na? Something like this.
No,
Last
not in the
over.
Is it the same match in which KL scored 100?
Yes. That West Indies game,
He
8
was
6.
partying whole night last night.
Bravo bowled the over. Samuels dropped the catch, yet you couldn't win. So 1 run, 8 Same, Zimbabwe, 8 he couldn't win. That is why 8 here, if you had bowled a Moeen, he could have gone for a big hit, he could have mistimed it. And again he tried to take it way deep, refusing a single to Anshul Kamboj.
But he finished it. Today you can't complain. I think
he
the problem lies with Kolkata and a lot of their bowlers not executing their plans, especially Vaibhav Arora when he gets hammered. Not a great day for Harshit as well. I mean, he is bowling. Shivam Dube is just not, being able to do anything. Bowls a slower ball, gets whacked for a 6. Again, little later bowls a slower ball, gets whacked for a 6. When that's not working, if your full length, full pace deliveries is struggling to do, you're bowling slower balls getting hit. So Harshit Rana also not having they're effectively then playing with 2 bowlers in Varun Chakravarti, Sunil Narayan, and hoping that they take them. And that's been the problem throughout this season overall. But the other question is, and that was what baffles my mind, why would you want to bat first? You won the toss.
Maybe they expected that this pitch would get slower.
I looking at them bat, I don't think it did. Had you known a target, you could have approached. Because now you're also going to rue your fact, because you batted first, that you didn't utilize your full batting. You had a Manish Pandey batting, rather carefully, eating up a lot of deliveries. Majority of your other batters, not batting at a very high strike rate.
You didn't include Harshit in the 11. And there was
Moeen
also
Ali didn't get a chance to bat.
Yeah.
So you've not utilized your batting. Had you been chasing, there should have been optimum utilization of your batting. So what is 179 could have very well been 190. It's a small ground, you all know. Lightning fast outfield. Even though the pitch wasn't the best to bat on, but all of these things put together, you could have optimized your batting, which you didn't. So then if you won the toss, I can't understand.
It summed up KKR in IPL 2025. They themselves don't know what the conditions are. They themselves don't know. That is why, see, Vaibhav Arora, how quickly fortunes can change. In that game versus RR, I think he was the one who bowled the final over, right? KKR won by 1 run. In a defense of 22 runs. Even here.
22 you had and you still won by one run. So
Shubham Dube,
that doesn't inspire confidence.
he bowled the one ball which was necessary. 3 of 1 was needed.
My point is, why haven't they bowled Ramandeep at all throughout the season?
They played him, dropped him, played him, dropped him.
I'm just saying today, when your other bowlers are not going, and especially after Vaibhav had that, at that time bringing him in.
No, Venki Iyer has been bowled, so Ramandeep I think comes
Venki Iyer
after
didn't
that.
play today, na?
Today, I'm saying also this
But I'm
season-
saying in today's game, you are in a situation where Harshit Rana is not firing, Vaibhav Arora is not firing, Moeen has gone for a lot of runs, Andre Russell you're not 100% sure of. Today was a day to try a Ramandeep out.
Perhaps, yeah.
They have
bowling
this is a team of all-rounders. KKR. There are a lot of people who can bat and bowl and do it both effectively.
Yeah, but what's the point if you're not going to use your all-round
You have
strength?
not used them at all in the season. You didn't use them at all. Venkatesh Iyer, I don't know if it's an injury or something.
Yes, it is.
What else will it be?
Yeah, injury.
Yeah,
That's why he didn't
Rahane.
bowl. He didn't bowl at all in the whole season.
No, injury for
Today-
today.
Today, I'm saying, is it a long-term injury that he's nursing? Because
No,
he
he hasn't
hasn't
bowled
bowled.
since the time he was picked in the Indian team. Since then only he hasn't
I
bowled.
think his confidence was
He was
shattered with that
because
Rishabh
of
Pant
his
assault.
Rishabh Pant assault, 27 odd runs that Rishabh hit him
Was
last
that the
year.
end of his
By Zag.
bowling? Yeah. Was that the end of his bowling then? Rishabh Pant assault. Okay. Ramandeep hasn't bowled. You have not batted him in the right position also, Ramandeep. Okay. So 2 all-rounders wasted. Rinku Singh.
Moeen
also
Ali wasted,
wasted.
in batting.
Moeen Ali wasted. So Rinku Singh sometimes batting too low. Now in hindsight, Manish Pandey is not actually sunk you. 36 of 20.
Why did you have to send Manish Pandey at that number? I think that was a little odd as well. I would have stuck to sending Rinku only there.
Maybe they were again spooked by the fact that, okay, they had lost 2 quick wickets. In that same over that Noor bowled,
Yeah.
2 quick wickets were lost.
Yeah.
They needed someone to steady the innings and let someone else take over
But
the...
why, I'm saying that why couldn't have Rinku done that? Because I understand they would have been fearing that what if another wicket falls. Even if Rinku got out at that point, they were left with Russell, Ramandeep and Moeen.
Blunder number 179 for Kolkata Knight Riders. They have not been batting.
Nice number you have chosen.
Manish Pandey, I don't get it. Why?
Today
in
he was
this-
injured, na Venki Iyer. Otherwise,
So why do you have to send him the all?
I agree.
Why
And there's
Rinku could have
Russell, Rinku,
After
Ramandeep,
Rinku, you had
Moin
zero
Ali.
batters.
Why did you?
Moin Ali.
Why have you not
Manish
batted
Pandey, how
Rinku
has he
Singh in
made
the right
it to
position?
18 seasons? I don't.
I think now you'll have to say that Kolkata getting all strategies last time. No Gautam Gambhir, yaar.
Last match, the strategies were correct. Today again, they went back to the same.
Majority of with this team, they are almost knocked out. That's a shame, and you can only blame the strategies for that.
Captain and coach both, I'll say.
Yeah,
Ah.
you
Your
So they
batting
missed
order
GG, yeah.
this
And
time.
a year also.
And Iyer.
Your batting order this
50-50
time was a muddle.
always, all
That
across
killed
board.
you in this IPL 2025.
See,
Your
some-
batting order was a muddle.
Something's
Especially
definitely
lower.
gone missing because you see there were only two teams I think that retained all the possible retentions you could make. RR and KKR. Now you naturally expect when that is the case because you're so obsessed with the current lot that you have that you can't afford to let them go into the auction. You most times think that this is a winning formula. This is what it is. Like a team doesn't want to let go of its players, especially if you're champions. You think all those players make it to the 11 and most things done. You only need a few pieces to be put together and you have the best 11 that you could ask for. But everything, it's been a systematic failure. Nothing's really worked out. We've seen so many opening combinations as well. Again, for KKR, and I was looking at this number, again, years that they've done well as well, it all stems from how they're starting at the top. Their starts at the top have been underwhelming this year. In fact, they in this season have the second worst opening pair. Delhi have an average of about 20 as an opening pair, and KKR have it at 22. So the starts have gone missing, and then as a result, what you've seen this season, Ramandeep bat at 5, Ramandeep bat at 8, Ramandeep bat not at all. There has been no
not in the 11.
there's been no shape, there's been no formation to this.
Fair to say now KKR are out.
Yeah.
Mathematically only in.
No, they're out. Why do we have to do mathematically and sugarcoat it?
Because-
best they can reach is 15 points. What this has done is given hope to both Delhi Capitals as well as Mumbai Indians.
Yeah.
Because now Mumbai can.
But they still have easier fixtures than Delhi, I would say. KKR.
No, they have an RCB.
Which
They
is
have
the
an
last
SRH
game.
and a
out of the-
RCB.
But
they
Delhi
still
are
have to
playing
win.
both teams placed above
Arey,
them.
No, but they
I
had
agree,
had to
but
win all.
but if you see, they can very well lose to RCB. They win the next. They are only 13 points. They don't trouble any team.
So what should ideally
But Delhi have to play 3 games. All 3 are against teams that are placed above them.
No, but
Yeah, but
Punjab, you never
Kolkata,
know.
one team placed above them, one below. So assuming they beat the one above them, they only get to 13.
And
So see-
Punjab also this time I think will feel a little scared.
No,
Because if
Punjab
they-
is really happier with this.
No, I'm saying
Punjab
if their
and
home
Mumbai
game
will
gets
feel
shifted to Mumbai
No,
zone.
that's another debate. But Punjab have 3 games in hand. Now they need to win
Yeah,
one
one.
to go to 17. That's
See,
that.
Tomorrow could be the day.
one
Then
of
go.
Delhi or Punjab are getting to either 17 or 15. If Delhi get to 15, then it's game over for Kolkata. Then it's game over. Punjab need to win the games that they have got. They have to beat Mumbai. They have to beat.
They could very well be game over for them because Mumbai can pick up 2 or 1 win. So anyway, you're out.
So what should happen
Kolkata
ideally
is done.
is okay.
Finished. See, right now I'm just saying 15 tak Punjab is there. And Kolkata first have to win all the thing.
Assuming they win both.
So then
They'll
Punjab
get to
is still
15.
15.
So Punjab beats Delhi. They get to 17.
So done. Then Mumbai will also play, na? Mumbai will lose all.
Then if they lose all, Delhi win by a small margin, but KKR absolutely hammer SRH and RCB.
No,
then
this is now
on
too
net
much.
run rate,
On
they can
net
get
run
to-
rate.
Run rate.
Anything can happen.
No, it's not reached there yet.
Let's be realistic. Yes, mathematically they may have a chance. But for that, now they have to hope for a lot of results to go their way. For all practical purposes,
Yeah.
done. Kolkata's season
You are
is
having a
done.
new champion in the IPL this time.
No,
Arey,
Mumbai is still there.
No. I'm saying defending champion curse still continues.
Oh, you're saying the
that way.
Defending champion curse continues.
No
because only-
consecutive
Yeah,
championships.
2 times only in the history of IPL you've had a defending champion. That is
This time
I
MIN.
was like Gujarat and Mumbai
Delhi has
will
now
come
lost
and
4 on the
beat
row.
you.
Na? 4 on. Delhi has lost 4 now. Back. Now I think it's time to get back again. From tomorrow.
slump has happened. Na slump.
Slump
is
has
over.
yeah,
It's
like
time to peak
see,
again.
we there was a little bit of course correction in the sense you didn't just from losing get to winning. There was 1 point you got.
That I think saved you.
that was
just saved you.
That really saved
That was
you.
a heist.
And that sunk KKR.
That was a heist of a point.
Because they needed SRH to win it so that they would be stuck. So you didn't
KKR had lots of opportunities to win at the beginning of the season. They should have won to begin with.
that LSG loss will hurt them. The loss at Mulampur,
Punjab loss.
that chase of 112 against PBKs,
They were
those
dancing
two
on
games
Rinku Singh
killed
slipped-
that they
slipped
were
and
one
got
hit away.
Stump in that game.
Yeah, Rinku
Rinku
fielding
was
effort. Just see his fielding effort. Even today, last match he won them with the fielding. Today also that Skyer he kept them in the game. But what to do?
Celebrations also there.
The bowlers are not stepping up.
gun fielder. Yes, only once I think in this entire IPL he has misfielded. That's the only time. Only once he's misfielded.
Ask him also on the boundary and he was fielding so well.
Yeah. So yes, unfortunate for KKR fans. So I'm only gonna get either 2 or 3 teams in the playoff that I predicted.
I tell you, if you get 2, you should be very happy.
Yeah, 2-2 everyone.
3
gets.
though is
Next level.
next level, and 4 though you're God. So Pradeep Srivalsan says missing a certain chain. Oh yes, he was a big KKR fan. Happy that us CSK fans now at least have a hope for the future. No more dad's army. This 11 looks a champion team. I agree. What is, like going forward, this will be your formula.
Yeah.
Invest in youngsters. Vansh Bedi will also be fit by the time next season comes. So you have a wicketkeeper batter
Vansh
also.
Bedi. Your bowling also, you Anshul Kamboj, Noor. But again, Ashwin seems to be the weak link. So
Okay, Shubham is saying Matre and Brevis performed after auction. SA happened in Jan. So Brevis, example, multiple times he performed 2 months after the auction. No, but
So many people got injured. Delhi now, who are they signing to 1 month
Sadiqullah Atal.
after Brevis was always available? So many players.
Your
got
irada
injured.
is not Atal, I'm telling you.
Everybody, so many players got injured. Brevis could have come any moment into the side. And Brevis had made his South Africa debut also, na?
That I'm not sure. I'm not sure about the Brevis debut
I'm
in
also
South
not
Africa.
sure. I'll just check.
I think he might have, but see, I remember him primarily for his exploits in the 2022 Under-19 World Cup.
yeah, I also he's the highest run getter.
Yeah, he and
So that's the
how
problem.
Mumbai Indians picked him as well, right? He was the 360 thing was first attributed to him. He was the actual baby AB.
Yeah. Shubham then adds if
still remember
Saransh
auction time. Still remember auction time. Shashwat was so bullish about Swastik Chikara, not Chikara.
Chikara was his favorite player. Like after
Surprising he hasn't
Sachin
played
Tendulkar, it felt like
No, I thought he could be one of the most expensive picks.
Yeah, Swastik Chikara. Oof.
now you're blaming the same scout for investing in.
No, I'm not blaming. I'm just saying people went after him because he was coming with a reputation. That was all.
And
Nobody
he's
really
he's
found-
also pointing that Rahul Chahar went to Punjab in 2022. Markande never played ahead of Chahar.
He did. One season he did. Just after that.
See, Markande played in 2018 to Mumbai Indians, okay?
Yeah.
And
He
then
played the very first season.
MI got Markande because of the Ishan auction blunder, is what.
Yes. So that is why Markande. After that, Rahul Chahar was part of that Mumbai Indians super team. Now
And
2020.
Sridhar Savakar is also pointing that out. Markande played ahead of Chahar. Which IPL were you watching?
Yeah. Markande played in 18, 3 games in 19, 1 in 21, and he played for RR, not MI. One of the games.
Yeah, he played
After
for
that, he
RR.
played for SRH.
Delhi also he came to.
But I think he didn't get a game for Delhi
The
Capitals.
year he played for Mumbai Indians, he played for India also that year. Markande.
That I don't know. Then
I am not saying yes or no to that statement. Shashwat, you please first check it and then.
Yeah. Ashish there. Vaibhav Arora should not even
Bowl.
4 full tosses. Yeah. But yeah, you saw the way how Brevis was hitting it down the ground. The way how he's hitting, kind of like a samurai sword. Like that. It's like kind of at an angle he's hitting that shot when you look at it.
See, Eden
inside.
straight boundaries are very short.
Very
so
short,
most of
yes.
the time you clean. By the way, in all of this, you've not forgotten Angrich missed that catch.
Yes, it went
of,
straight
of
to his
Brevis.
hands, yes.
The first ball that Weber bowls, if that's out, he should have caught that. He was late to bring his hands up. Could have been a different game.
Could have been, yes. It was. He was on the boundary, he leapt, but the ball burst through his hands. Yeah, that was a big turning point in that sense.
Cool Pineapple says that I think MS will play next year and end on a high. What are your thoughts on that, everyone?
He will. I've said it again and I'll repeat it again. 2027 he'll honor the contract and that's it.
Oh, yeah.
Bye bye.
No,
2027.
the contract can be honored on the bench also.
As a player. 2027.
No, the contract is signed as a player, not as a coach. That's a separate contract.
Yeah.
We can sign that, and then that can mean that.
2027 Dhoni as an uncapped player will honor the contract and he will go.
I don't know. We've talked about it. If he's overstaying his welcome, etc. We've gone through that enough. Now I've reached that point. I don't know.
MS listens to his body. He doesn't listen to anybody else as far as fitness is concerned.
It's beyond me.
I mean, see, I just feel, for sake of MS and his fans and everything, I think now will be an honorable time to call it.
May 12th, May 12th, May 18th.
18th. No point calling it a game before. I don't believe in all that, and I'm sure MS also doesn't. He decided on a whim there in Australia. Suddenly it was done. He can do that. If he's now played, might as well finish this season, play the last game. And yeah, he can say bye-bye to the Chennai crowd on earlier game.
Yeah. Ahmedabad, 1 lakh.
And then the final 1 lakh can come and watch him in Ahmedabad. Let it be a celebration.
Yeah. Mirage rules. CSK versus RR game to watch out for. It will be pehle aap.
Aap jeet lo. Today.
Yeah, I mean, wooden spoon, it's going to be hot up there also. 6 points each for both. And if you win that, then I think you might avoid the wooden spoon. Might. Because RR take on PBKs and CSK take on GT. Last games for them. Shashwat usually says quoting me out of context.
Says what? His earlier comment, what was that? Ashish Dhar? His was Vaibhav Arora.
Vaibhav Arora should not even bowl 4 full tosses.
Is he talking about that? No.
I don't know.
He's generally saying. Don't
Don't
misquote him next time.
Whom?
Ashish Dhar.
No.
Ashish Dhar is saying.
Yeah.
He has a complaint that you're misquoting him.
When did I didn't even mention?
Okay, few comments before we wind up. We'll start with Priyanshu. Nikhil sir, 2 occasions when you were right were when others were kite flying. In 2024 January, you said Rohit Virat will play T20 World Cup, and now Rohit not going to England. You are underrated. Thank you.
The Oracle.
No, I like the last line.
You are underrated.
Thank you, Priyanshu. Freaking Awesome is saying it seems that
2018 Rahul Chahar was there in Mumbai Indians and Mayank Markande played ahead of him only.
There, address it to them.
Yeah, no, whoever was. I really need to
Sridhar Savaikar.
go deep into that for research.
Okay, Freaking Awesome is saying it seems that when venues hosting their 100th game is not easy for the home team. MI lost to RR in 24, now KKR to CSK. Although RCB won at Chinnaswamy against CSK, it was a very close game. Good point.
Yes, it was.
Sarat Chandra saying, Nikhil sir, congrats on your article. It was expected. His career had been in patches, saving many losses on dead home pitches. Not a great overseas player, but great home test player. Thank you, Rohit, is Sarat Chandra's comment. Thank you for your kind comments as well, Sarat Chandra.
Strange, he ended his T20I career on the ultimate of high. His test career is ended on a whimper.
I told you right, beginning of 10 matches, last 10 matches.
Which one?
I told you at the beginning of the home season.
No, but that you are assuming he'll fail. What if he had an outstanding BGT?
Anyways, last 10.
No, it wouldn't have. Okay, if Rohit had a great BGT, would have been last. No, you are inside praying that he doesn't.
I didn't know, but people say that I hate Virat. I like Rohit more.
So
I would have wanted to fail.
okay, forget whether you like or not. My point is, if he had a fantastic BGT, would it have been his last? Not at all. Is he said I'm doing away with ODI? No, na?
No, yeah.
So because he's having a good time in ODI.
Again, then why his last comments on Test cricket? Then why did he do that Bollywood dramabazi here in Sydney?
That was to just
Why? What was
calm it
Bollywood
down.
drama?
I mean, why did he have to target the other people?
At that time, lots of speculations were going on outside, and I think that was the right thing to do.
No, why? I mean, if you are really wanting to, in the end, he proved everybody right, na? Then why do you have to do it? Then? So, Mirage rules. What is everyone's first form of cricket memory? I remember mine. Dominic Cock bowling to Craig Spearman. Okay. I think it was Will's World Cup 96 here, Ahmedabad. Although part of me died in the 2000 scandal, only presence of Sachin was the hope. Oh, first cricket memory.
That's very interesting question.
First
Cricketing memory. I don't know. I can't remember. My first cricket memory is watching Kapil Dev bowl in a bilateral series. I can't even remember what. I remember how because I was very young and I remember trying to copy his action while playing outside.
Was it 85 Benson and Hedges?
No, it was before that. It must have been 84.
84. West Indies.
Could have been West Indies if I'm not mistaken. I think it was a home series. I just
Was it the Marshall series in which he absolutely
I know,
ripped
no,
through?
yeah. When they came back from the World
And
Cup, they destroyed us.
us,
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't know whether that was the one. It's a faint memory, but like good, like proper memories. I remember the '85 World Series, and I remember the final, and I remember Ravi Shastri taking that round in the Audi car, and everyone
MCG.
sitting. Yeah, everyone sitting. That I remember. But there was a memory just
See,
before
that's
that. I
in-
can't remember.
In patches, yeah, of course, we've all seen videos of
No, the first time you saw cricket is like,
Yeah.
what was that?
For
me, it was the
me,
2007 ODI World Cup when I first time saw.
Okay, I was there.
yes.
Where the World Cup was at.
West Indies. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you would have. You were there. Yeah, I know.
Which match?
India West Indies. Did India play West Indies?
No.
They played West Indies in a warm-up match.
Warm-up game.
Yeah.
And that was televised, I think.
yeah.
You
They
may have
First
watched
memory
India
of that.
played Sri Lanka,
That is my
Bermuda
first
and
memory of
Bangladesh.
watching cricket.
They played in Montego Bay, not in
When
Jamaica,
At
but
that
not.
time, though, I didn't know.
splendid catch
But
to
my
play.
first one that I remember
Lebrock.
properly
Lebrock.
is that bowl out India Pakistan.
That's also iconic.
T20.
That I remember properly, but I watched a little bit in the ODI World.
Yeah, for me, 92.
It used to come on Sony Max at that time.
Yeah.
Yes.
The World Cup.
For me, 1992 World Cup, India, Australia, Gaba.
Yeah.
Srinath is
One run.
a young Javagal Srinath. I mean, the shot that still it sticks to my mind. Srinath bowls a delivery outside of Dean Jones without a helmet, launches it way back into the bar without a helmet. He just locked Srinath out of the ground, and what a match that was.
You know that for me, that last ball, I was watching it with my friends. I still remember. And I went under the bed. No, I don't want to see the last.
Moody bowling
yeah,
to
yeah.
Srinath.
Yeah, I didn't want to see that.
Steve Waugh dropped the catch, and they won by 1 run. Second consecutive 1 run.
Yeah, 87 as well. Similar. Okay, AJ says GG's dig on Sunil Gavaskar on that NRI point was like GG waiting for that question to answer. Rohit and MS both played last test at Melbourne and retired at 7:29 p.m. No.
We tried
Rohit,
checking that.
You know, he did it later than that. It was around 8ish.
So, in fact, because we were thinking of putting across that as a story, etc. So we did a bit of research. I think social media might just be getting carried away.
They're getting it wrong.
So because see, it's a story, and with stories you don't exactly get to know the digital print of that story. With a post, it's a different thing altogether. You get to see the time. So not quite sure if that's the thing, but social media narrative at the moment is that indeed it took place at 7:29. 1929 hours.
1929 hours. Consider me retired on August 15th.
The one Instagram post every Indian cricket fan will remember.
And one song which also went viral.
Pal do pal.
Kabhi Kabhi.
Okay, Shubham Garg is saying, Shashwat, you had said that Chahar after playing the T20 World Cup was benched and Markanday played ahead of him, which is factually incorrect. He pointed that out.
Not 2018.
No, I got my year wrong. I was confused between the 2 years.
Okay.
That's why I just checked it.
Shubham?
But he had done well for Mumbai Indians the previous year, and next year then they started with Mayank Markanday, and then Mayank Markanday went on and played India after.
Shubham's also saying, guys, let's have a poll. Does Shashwat like VK and wishes him to score runs for India RCB? Acha.
Yeah.
Poll on, does he like VK?
Yes.
Why wouldn't I? Who am I to like him or not like him?
There you are. He's answered it.
He is who's he.
Nobody.
Mirage rules. Shashwat memory made me feel like Kaka. Imagine.
Like made him feel old. Kaka meaning that.
Kaka,
na?
yeah. Chacha, Kaka means chacha.
Exactly. Like an uncle.
Yeah.
I thought Brazilian Kaka for a second.
Oh, that guy was a legendary.
Chalo, on that note,
Yes.
we'll.
There are unconfirmed reports of strikes happening in Sialkot right
They are, by the way, I will show you a message after this live is done.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys take care.
Stay safe. Yeah.
Stay safe.
Do
Yeah.
your drills.
Bye bye.
This had to happen today.
They did.
They did.
But not in
not
where
in
we
You
are.
must have been sleeping.
No, I was
No, not in the area where we are. No, it's not happening.
It's not going to happen where you're temporarily
It's
staying.
happened. It's happened.
It happened where I permanently.
Yes.
stayed.
Yes, yes,
My
yes.
parents, nothing, didn't tell me.
Yeah.
Ashidar says Tony Gregg said little man hit big fella for 6. Actually, Ashish, that memory, he has the memory. It's actually, I remember that line. Tony Gregg said he's talking about the Desert Storm inning. And that is one of my memories, but not the earliest, of course. Where he actually says, Tony Gregg goes like, he's half his size and he smashed him for a 6. And this is during the Desert Storm.
Yeah.
That's why I say Sachin Tendulkar was an emotion. What he was doing at that time was unbelievable. Like he was playing against the run of play. What was happening, he was doing something which was far more exceptional at that time.
And he had the best commentators to describe it also.
Yeah.
Richie.
What a player! And then, of course, when Sri Lanka were playing, Little Kalu.
Little
What a-
Kalu.
They're dancing in the aisles, these Sri Lankans.
Yeah, I know. It was great fun too. Yeah.
Legend. Yeah.
Okay, guys, take care. All of you stay safe. Okay,
Yeah.
look forward to your company tomorrow. As of now, what we know is the game is happening in Dharamshala. Teams are already there, so no issues there.
Yep.
If any latest updates, we'll inform. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Nandri, Vanakkam, Shubhratri, Shabba.
Eat your vegetables.
Don't trouble your mother.